singer Koby Koehl. We're going to talk to him about his talents, the things he's experienced, the people he's worked with, etc., etc. And we're going to look at some of the pitfalls for people who are looking to work in this field. So Koby Koehl is a 30-something singer-songwriter, playwright, actor, artist who says the only thing he has ever done is sing. His voice has been compared to George Michael, Nina Simone, Boy George, and Alison Moyet, to name but a few. I do have a feeling that the top is not very far away for this native New Yorker. I give you Koby Koehl. So welcome to the show, Koby Koehl. How you doing?
Good. Thank you so much for having me. I'm thrilled to be here.
I want to know about you. I want to know about Koby Koehl. You're a native New Yorker. Where did it all start with you?
I've been in New York for 20 years.
Right.
Yeah, I guess I am a native. Does that make you a native New Yorker?
Well, I think they say even after 10 you're a native New Yorker, according to Sex in the City, and obviously that's the gay man's Bible to everything.
Well, I'm as much as a New Yorker as Carrie Bradshaw.
Right.
Without the stylist.
Hey, I don't think being a New Yorker is about being born here. I think being a New Yorker is a state of mind, you know.
If that was the case, most of New Yorkers wouldn't be considered New Yorkers.
You're absolutely right.
All the people that came from Ellis Island who became New Yorkers and made New York what it is.
Absolutely. Yeah, this whole country is built on immigration.
Exactly.
Let's talk about your singing. Tell me about where that started. Who first identified your skill? Who grew that within you?
Those are great questions. Well, my mother says that I sang before I spoke, so I've been singing since I was a little baby. And I have to say that in my childhood, singing always brought me a lot of joy and a lot of comfort. And it just brought me a lot of happiness and escapism. I used to be, at home alone when I was 5 years old and, sing to Shirley Bassey 8-track tapes that my mother had laying around the house. And really become who you are going to be when you're very, very young. It really defines you when when you're very young. So I think that's when I started, when I was born. I've always sung. That's what I've done.
Do you feel like being a singer is kind of in you? It's defined in you. It's like preordained. Do you think?
Absolutely.
Me too. Because I think there are two types of singers. There are people with a natural ability, and there are those that kind of grow and develop it, and that's cool too. But I think natural singers are more real. Like you open your mouth, you don't have to force it. It's there. I mean, I know like all of us, you have to warm up and stuff like that.
Of course.
But when you have a natural talent, it kind of it does shine through.
Well, I think we're all born with gifts. The ability to be an architect or an artist or somebody who can do visual art. To somebody who can play the piano. I think we're all born with specific things.
Absolutely. It wouldn't be boring if we all had the same skills. I mean, we're all
the same person.
Yeah.
What makes people beautiful is that we're different.
Absolutely.
Wish more people have that attitude.
Amen. But, your success doesn't detract from mine or vice versa.
Well, I think it's vice versa. When you're comfortable and confident with your abilities,
absolutely,
and you have true friendships with people, you're always happy for their success.
Absolutely,
regardless.
And I think when you're not, secure in your own talent and ability and one's own self, that the negative shit kind of rears its ugly head. Unfortunately.
Absolutely. But, I think everybody goes through a time when they're insecure and they don't believe in themselves.
Absolutely.
Everybody goes through that. But at a certain time in life, you're going to know what you're good at and you're going to know what you need to work at and you're going to figure out, what your cons are and what your pros are. You know what I mean? I'm never going to be a supermodel, but I'm okay with that. Well, I don't think anybody is perfect.
No.
Even supermodels are airbrushed on the cover of Vogue.
I mean, look at what they said about Adele. When Adele was big, they called her fat. Now she's too thin. Then she had a baby. Then, that explains it.
What else are they going to say about Adele? Her voice is magnificent. She's beautiful. They got to nitpick at something.
I know.
And she doesn't have a perfect body, but something's got to carry that voice.
Yeah. Then someone recently described you as Adele trapped in a man's body.
Yes. That's a nice compliment.
I think that's a fabulous compliment.
I've been singing with a piano for 20 years. And it's funny that now all of a sudden it's hot and it's the end thing.
I know.
Sing with a piano. But I'm so proud of her, and she's got real talent. She's magnificent. She writes brilliant songs, and I totally admire and adore her. She's got a great personality. She doesn't put people down, and I admire her, and I think she deserves every accolade.
So what is your favorite Adele song?
I do love Someone Like You.
Right.
And, I love her new song. The James Bond song is gorgeous. I grew up listening to Shirley Bassey.
Me too.
And it definitely has that Shirley Bassey-esque kind of sound to it, which is like a classic James Bond. And I wouldn't be surprised if she won an Oscar for this song. I really wouldn't.
I think that would be an amazing accolade for her, because she is very good.
And I think it's well deserved. Adele's simple. It's not over. It's not sped up. It's not overproduced. It's just simple and clean and gorgeous.
But I think sometimes that spoils. I think sometimes simplicity rules. When you jazz it all up and make it too complicated, it's like, so what happened to the singer?
Right. She also sticks to the melody line. There's not too many trills. She doesn't lean away from the melody line, which a lot of people do. And she's just amazing. I totally adore her.
So do you perform any of her songs?
I don't, actually.
Right.
I mean, seriously, every minute you turn on the radio, Adele's on the radio. Nobody's going to want to come hear me sing an Adele song, because, they could just turn on the radio and listen to Adele. Do you know what I mean?
So you've been linked to lots of, by the way, obviously it was Man Parrish who made that comment about you, that fabulous comment about
Legendary Man Parrish.
Yeah. Big up Man Parrish. Now he was very big in the 90s, wasn't he? He worked with.
Actually, it was the 80s.
It was the 80s, but it was the end of the 80s, wasn't it?
There's nothing wrong with the 80s. The 80s were a huge influence.
I love the 80s. Me. Yeah. It's kind of
bebop, hip hop. A lot of people give him credit for creating the breakdancing sound. The music that influenced a lot of the breakdancing in the early 90s, and that's an amazing accolade to have. People consider him like a hip hop legend.
Being described as a legend in any capacity is better than who?
Well, the other thing is about legendary and fashion icon, and those words are thrown around so easily these days. I mean, Jessica Simpson is considered a fashion icon. Publicist says, you know what I mean? Anybody can have your publicist write down bullshit, and anybody will believe it if it's put in the press.
So we
totally.
we both share a very famous fan. Do you know who I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm. No.
I'll give you another clue. The link to the Beatles.
Yoko
Ono. I mean, how amazing is that for Yoko Ono to like your music?
Well, I'm very fortunate that she listened to a cover that I did of hers, and she loved it. And I got a great response from her. It was a huge honor. And she sent me a message and wrote me a beautiful message on my YouTube page.
Wow.
To get that kind of support is a magnificent thing.
Yeah, because no matter what you actually think of Yoko musically, she's not someone that has to give you feedback, is she? Let's face it.
She doesn't have to say anything exactly. She took the time out of her day. She's a woman that's involved in a lot of charity work, and she's traveling around the world, and she's very busy. She doesn't have to take 3 seconds to write anything to give me any kind of support, and she did it. And to me, that's just a beautiful thing.
I think that's amazing.
We could all learn a couple of things from Miss Yoko Ono.
We could indeed. Big shout out to Yoko. Does she follows you on Twitter, doesn't she?
She follows me on Twitter. She's my friend on Facebook. I'm very lucky to... her publicist, his name is Murray Chalmers, is a magnificently nice person. He follows me as well, and he's very supportive of me and my music. And he actually introduced my music to her. And, these are people that don't even have to, mention me. And it's just really nice. I'm very fortunate. It inspires you to continue, and
it does.
Who are accomplished and are well known believe in you.
Absolutely.
It's like a pat on the back to keep going. And everybody needs encouragement. Everybody needs encouragement.
But your career has had quite a lot of celebrity interest, hasn't it? You know, like Mam Parrish, Boy George. More recently, didn't Nina Simone's people get in touch with you to sing a song on a tribute album or something? Correct me if I'm wrong.
No, that is absolutely right. Nina Simone's estate. First of all, I'm Nina Simone's biggest fan. I worship her.
Right.
She's brilliant. And I cover a lot of her songs because I just find her to be so magnificent and amazing.
Right.
And just very inspiring. You know, talk about a woman who, you know, nobody made it easy for her.
No.
At the time when she came up, women of color weren't allowed to even go to a bathroom in a hotel or walk through the lobby. And she's incredibly accomplished. And I find that very inspiring, somebody who had to fight for what they wanted to be.
Absolutely.
And her estate, I guess, saw some of my videos online, because some Nina Simone covers, and they asked me if I would contribute a song to a Nina Simone compilation, to a CD that they're putting out. And I couldn't ask for a bigger honor.
Well, I think that
to me, it's amazing.
I would be blown away. I mean, I can't think of a comparison, really. I don't know.
And for them to think that I'm even good enough to be included with the roster of artists, including, I think, Sinead O'Connor and Sandra Bernhardt and D.R.E.,
right.
Just to name a few that have already said that they were going to be involved in the project. You know, I don't have a record deal. I'm basically unknown. And to include me with that group of people on such an amazing project, it's amazing to me.
I think all of these...
for the opportunity. I'm so grateful for the opportunity, and I'm thrilled about it. Yeah.
I mean, it's not always about how talented you are, because it's a lot about who you know and what opportunities that you find. Like if your mother or your father were someone really famous, you would have a deal by now. Let's face it.
Oh, but I think there's also something to be said about the ride on getting where you want to go and actually paying your dues.
Totally.
I think. You know what I mean? I think that's important, because then you really appreciate when good things come along. If something's handed to you, then you don't really appreciate it.
No.
Squander it.
No.
I
mean, because what we're working towards, at the beginning I said the title of this show is about, about making it, and making it in show business and stuff, and making it as a singer. And it's a very difficult climb, isn't it?
Is it making it, or just making it as a human being?
Well,
you know what I mean? Not everything defines you by how much money you have in the bank or how many gold records you have.
No.
I know plenty of celebrities who are rich and famous and aren't real people.
No.
It's all about the PR and a fake facade.
I don't mean that it's measured in those terms, but what I'm talking about is if your career aim is to be a singer, then the pitfalls involved in that and the things you have to do to support yourself while you're being a singer.
Well, the thing is, Xander, I am a singer regardless if I never sold one CD. I'm always going to be a singer. That's
right.
what I am. Everything else is gravy. It's great to be a singer, but it's even greater if you have an audience. And that's what it's really about, because you love what you do. And I think the biggest gift in the world is when you're fortunate enough to be able to do what you love. That's the dream, is to get up every morning and do what you absolutely love and not have to drag your ass to a job that you hate.
Yep.
And be around miserable people, because most people hate their jobs. And I think the real gift in life is to do what you love and to be able to pay your bills.
I mean, going back to what you were saying about, how you felt about being asked by Nina Simone's estate to do that song. I mean, I exaggerate not when I say, if someone says, hey, Xander, can you come and perform at this? Can you come and do that? Can you come and do the other? I'm always flattered by it, because
Absolutely.
I think that if anybody that values your talent wants to hear your voice, that's great,
Listen, I've had shows where I've been sold out. I've had shows where there were 10 people, there. And the person that, the 10 people, they paid money to see you, and you have to put on the best freaking show you ever put on, because they value you and your talent, and they've taken the time to come and see you perform, and you want to do a great show for them, no matter how many people are in the room. And that's what it's part of what it's about as well. Absolutely.
So I don't think it's ever about as they say in the gay world, it's not the size, it's what you do with it.
Well, I don't know what gay world you live in. But,
so, you said about your birthday is coming up. You're doing a show on your birthday. You're working on your birthday.
no, actually, I couldn't book it on my birthday, which is okay because my birthday falls on a Sunday this year.
Right.
And so I'm actually going to do it on a Monday.
Right.
And it's going to be a national holiday. And so I figured, everyone will get to sleep in and maybe come see a Nina Simone tribute show that I've put together with a brilliant pianist. She's a great performer in her own right. She doesn't even have to work with me, but I'm so honored to have her on my team. Rosalind McClure, she's been performing in New York City for about 20 years. She's absolutely magnificent and amazing. She could play Nina Simone in this next movie that they're making about her. She's really great.
Wow.
And she really encapsulates, the spirit of Nina, and I really wanted to include her in my show, and we work really well together, and she's amazing, and I'm really honored to do a show with her.
I think it takes maturity to actually really fully appreciate what you've got as an American, because I don't think as a young person you're out there living your life and enjoying it, but it's only as you get a little bit older you start to really appreciate why you have
things. Yes, your priorities change. You get passionate about things and the things you believe in, and really, what I'm passionate about is humanity.
Lana Del Rey.
Well, I have to tell you, she's a brilliant songwriter. She's got a lovely voice, but I think the production and her songwriting skills are off the fucking hook. She's amazing.
Wow.
Really. And, she writes great songs. Great songs. Well, I think you can't rush good art.
No, you can't.
You can't rush good things. Good wine takes a while. A good cheese takes a while to stink up the room. Well, for me, it's all about the real song and the lyrics and the melody and harmonies, not too busy. I think a lot of singers, they overcompensate with too many acrobatics, you lose the melody line. Stick to the melody and sing the lyrics, and then add a little bit of your own thing into it, but less is more, I think. So that's why I love Adele. You know what I mean? She's brilliant. So how are we doing on time, Mr. Man?
What I'm going to do is a few quick fire questions because we're getting towards the end. But what I'd like you to tell everybody before that is where they can find you. I know you're on Facebook and I know you're on Twitter and maybe a couple of bathroom walls downtown. They might find your number. Joke. All right, so tell them your Facebook, Twitter, MySpace, whatever else.
Basically look up Koehl. It should all be there. The good, bad, and indifferent.
Absolutely. All right, so let me ask you some quick fire questions.
Sure.
Coffee, fresh or instant?
Fresh.
Obama or Romney?
Obama.
Beethoven or Brahms?
Beethoven.
Chicken or fish?
Fish.
Taye Diggs or Wesley Snipes?
Taye Diggs. All the way.
You wish.
But actually, Wesley Snipes is in jail right now. That could be kind of hot.
Oh, really? Yeah, I didn't even know that. I should have known that. Prison. You got me thinking about prison sex with Wesley Snipes, but let's move swiftly on.
Prison is cute for about 20 minutes, and then you want to get out of it.
Wallpaper or paint?
Paint.
Dallas or Dynasty?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I can't. I'm totally torn. I love them both.
You can
but
be.
I am obsessed. I am going to say I'm obsessed with Joan Collins. I think she's the greatest. Her nuances, the taking off of the glove, the brown cigarette, the eye contact, the quiver of the lip. She was really amazing, magnificent. There's nobody better than Joan Collins.
She is fabulous. She's a gay man's dream.
Oh, Lord, she's amazing.
Chiffon or silk?
Silk.
DVD or video?
DVD.
Sarah Palin or Ann Coulter?
Madonna.
No, you can't answer Madonna because she's in an upcoming question.
Did I say Madonna?
No, I said Sarah Palin or Ann Coulter. It can be whatever you like. It can be to punch in the face or to sleep with or to have dinner with, but you have to pick.
You know what? I wish them well, And that's all I can say. I just wish that they had a better attitude about other people.
You're too nice. You're too nice. They're a pair of bitches, and let's just...
That's so funny. Did you say I was too nice?
Yeah.
Somebody said to me, never mind.
All right.
Too polite.
Black or white?
Black.
Rich or poor?
I'm torn between that because I've been both.
All right, so you can say in between. You can make up your own answer.
I can say in between. I think it's important to experience both and appreciate what you have.
All right, final quick fire question: Madonna or Lady Gaga?
Well, I've been rich and I've been poor. No, I'm just kidding. Well, I love them for different reasons.
Pick a side,
you know
bitch. I mean? No, I agree with you totally. I
love them for different reasons, and I love them both. And I think there's room for both of them. How about that?
I think there's totally room for both of them.
And I think there's room for Koehl.
I think there's room for
Xander.
And Xander Gibb.
And Xander Gibb.
Absolutely.
And Jennifer Lopez and Rihanna.
Well, I'm not Jennifer Lopez because someone told me she uses auto-tune, so I'm off her now.
Well, auto-tune? Are you kidding? That's a big shocker to you?
It is a big shocker to me because real singers don't need to use auto-tune.
Well, if the music industry depended on real singers, the music business would be out of business right now.
Yeah, I guess it would. It would be right where with Miley Cyrus.
Well, I think Miley Cyrus has a great voice.
At the bottom of the ocean.
I think she's got a great voice.
I didn't say she didn't have a great voice. I'm saying that's where it would be, at the bottom of the ocean. Did you know she just got married to Liam Hemsworth?
Good for her. Lucky her.
Yeah, lucky bitch. Imagine waking up next to him every day.
Honey, I'd never leave the house.
I wouldn't. Oh, no way. I'd be like, hey, Liam, come bring me some breakfast.
Bring me some sausage.
Absolutely. And on that note, I think we will bring the interview to a close.
From Obama to Romney to sausage.
I know. In 1 whole hour, Obama to Romney to sausage. So tell us once again, just so we don't forget about your birthday gig.
November 12th at 9:30 p.m. at Don't Tell Mama. I'm singing, it's going to be a tribute to Nina Simone with the incredible Rosalind McClure. And Leo Santini is going to be my drummer. He's been my drummer for a while now. I love him. He's amazing. And Dave Colding is playing bass. It's going to be like a jazz trio. And it's going to be raw, real, and fierce.
Well, I urge you to check out Koehl at his upcoming Nina Simone tribute concert. I will be there covering it for Xandermonium. I love you very much, Koby. Thank you so much for your time.
You're lovely. You're a lovely, lovely person. You have a beautiful voice, and your heart is as big and golden as ever.
It's as big as my ass.
Right? Well, honey, that's great. Lucky you.
Well, thank you. Thank you for having me, Koby. And those of you who haven't, be patient. Thank you very much.
God bless. Bye-bye.